there is going to be a temptation on Tuesday night to draw lots of conclusions based upon the result of a Senate race in Alabama, conclusions about what it means for the 2018 political environment, about what it says about how the backlash against sexual misconduct applies to politics, and about many other things. All such conclusions should be sketched out with care. Most special elections happen well outside of a political vacuum. They are, by definition, slices of 1/50th or 1/435th of the electorate, which may or may not resemble many other places. They feature inordinate amounts of attention and campaign spending, along with candidates who get much more scrutiny than your average House and Senate nominees. Turnout is often significantly lower than a normal election. Yet because we are starved for data involving actual voters voting, they are what we've got to judge the political zeitgeist. And so we use them. The Alabama special election lends itself even less well to this exercise than most special elections. In the Roy Moore-Doug Jones race, we have a Republican who won his party's nomination and then was accused by multiple women of pursuing relationships and sexual misconduct with them when they were teenagers, including some who were not of legal consenting age at the time. These allegations date back nearly 40 years in some cases. Yet we also have a state that is one of the reddest in the country and one of the most stubbornly polarized. That may sound redundant, but the predictability of Alabama's elections is unique, and that's, for one main reason, demographics. Gallup on Monday noted that Alabama ranked in the top 10 of the reddest states in the country. But even on this list of states, it stands out. That's because it is the most racially diverse of any of these states by far. The state is 27% black and 68% white, so it has a very large proportion of African Americans and yet somehow ranks among the most conservative states. Put another way, its white residents are hugely consistent Republican voters, more consistent than most any other state. In 2012, white voters in Alabama picked Mitt Romney over President Barack Obama 84-15. In 2008, John McCain led Obama 88-10. In 2004, President George Bush won them 80-19. We don't have numbers for 2016 given exit polls were not conducted in Alabama. Federal elections in Alabama have become predictable because of racial polarization. There just aren't a whole lot of swing voters. And assuming Democrats can even come close to winning, they'll have overperformed where they have almost always been in recent years. Which brings us to the why. If Jones wins, you can bet people will ascribe it to the sexual misconduct allegations against Moore. If Moore wins, you can bet there will be plenty of hand-wringing about how Alabama just elected someone accused of these things. But both of those will miss the point to some degree. Alabama is simply one of the states in which Moore was the most likely to win even amid such allegations. It may be remarkable that so few Republican voters there seemed to be bothered by the allegations, but again, this is a thoroughly unique state in which such a thing could happen just by virtue of polarization and the difficult math for Democrats from 35 to 40% of the vote to a win.